Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Umira binti Ruzaini. My supervisor is Sir Surveyor Nur Khalil bin Ismail. Welcome to panel and all viewers. Today I'm going to present my viva about challenges in the implementation of Kasimilan Adat Pepatih in Kampung Senaling Kuala Pilah, Negeri Sembilan. Without wasting time, let's start. For the introduction, Adat Pepatih is believed to have been brought in by the Minangkabau community of Papario, Indonesia. In Malaysia, they are only a part of the community that still practice in the custom in Negeri Sembilan and Melaka. It also known to be traditional practice from the descendant of their ancestor. Other than that, for general information, Adat Pepatih is used maternal or maternal lineage system, which is this custom prioritize women from the maternal lineage inherit Kasimilan in terms of law. So I have choose Kampung Senaling, Kuala Pilah Negeri Sembilan as my case study. Kampung Senaling is situated 3.5 km north of Kuala Pilah. This place was chosen because it is easier to find the data about Adat Pepatih practitioner. Next, move to the problem statement. There are two main issues in problem statement that I have choose. According to Rashid et al. 2010, disregard of land division and administration is regarded as a negative symptom which can cause some very complex problems. This lead to various problems as often seen in case of mass ownership, overlap of claim, unmanaged land, to complexity or division in the disease of land, and the risk of losing the disease title document. Next, according to M. Yusuf et al. 2017, that the decline in this level of understanding is due to various factors such as the relationship between writing and Kasimilan reference material that can be used by the current generation, Kasimilan heritage and its number only through storytelling and non-formal education and so on. Okay, for the aim of this study is to explore the level of the implementation of Adat Pepatih Kasimilan in Kampung Senaling Kuala Pilah. Then for the objective are to study the acceptance and perception of Adat Pepatih practitioners about Kasimilan and to identify the challenges of the implementation of Kasimilan Adat Pepatih in Kampung Senaling. Next, move to the literature review. According to Nazhan Harun 1992, Adat Pepatih prioritize women from the maternal lineage to inherit Kasimilan in terms of law. Inheritance such as Kasimilan will be given to the daughters to inherit upon death. However, male heirs such as husband or son have no right to the Kasimilan. Further, the inheritance of Kasimilan property can still be carried out if a mother does not have a daughter. Besides, Wook et al. 2017 explained the land referred to as customary land must be administered, managed and inherited in accordance with the Kasimilan law. This is because the authorities themselves lack monitoring and control to prevent the act from occurring again and to be able to optimize the use of the land in the correct way so that the advantage can be enjoyed. Therefore, in the case of land which do not have Kasimilan, the division can be judged by Faraid or Adat. That is according by Manaf and Sulehin 2009. Okay, for the research methodology, for research design, the quantitative approach is used in the survey and questionnaire form is carried out by using simple random sampling and open-ended question. Next, for the research instrument, the data obtained through the 5-point Likert scale, which is the scoring system strongly agree in descending order. The research instrument used by the researcher in the study is also based on the questionnaire method, in which the researcher prepares a questionnaire form. The form is divided into 3 sections, which are Section A for demographic respondent, Section B is for Objective 1, and Section C is for Objective 2. For the respondent, I've prepared 100 sets of questionnaires to be answered by the respondent. The respondent who Adat Pepatih practitioner is selected in Kampung Senaling area. And for last, analytical technique. Statistical package for social science, SPSS software is used. SPSS is a computer software that works to analyze statistical data. For data analysis, is descriptive statistical analysis is used to identify the static of the data. Representation of descriptive statistical data is usually in the form data such as table, chart and graph. Okay, next is data collected and analysis data. For demographic analysis, the data of this study was obtained from a questionnaire distributed in Kampung Senaling, Kuala Pilah, Negeri Sembilan to be answered by the Adat Pepatih practitioner. The result of the study found that female respondent was higher than male respondent, which is 71%. This is because most of the Adat Pepatih practitioners are mostly women that inherit the Kasimilan. Furthermore, the majority of respondents are in the age of range of 21 to 40 years old, and which is in 47%. This means that there are still many people in young age who live in Kampung Senanding. In addition, the respondent of tribe of Batu Belang recorded a high number of respondents compared to another tribe, which is 13%. This represents that tribe of Batu Belang is strong in holding of their custom. Then, most respondent is married, that recorded 34%. This means that the adat property practitioner is married and still remain in this custom whether they married with outsider or with different tribe. Other than that, the majority of respondents who answer this questionnaire who self-employed, which is 31%. And their monthly income is quite high, it ranges 2,000 ringgit and above, with 55%. I believe that they choose to self-employ and get the higher monthly income because they live in rural area that have lower living costs, and they were self-employed by work as a farmer, gardener, fruit picker and others on their customary land belonging to them. Lastly, majority of the respondents has less than 1 acre of land, with 44% of respondents. This is because Kampung Senanding is the small of rural area in Kuala Bila district, and mostly of them live near to their own land. Next, move to the analysis of the acceptance and perception of adat pepatih practitioner about customary land in Kampung Senanding. Statement of adat pepatih practitioner can get the benefit of customary land is by developing, not from selling. It's recorded the high respondent with 40%. As a result, majority adat pepatih practitioner agreed that customary land cannot be sold or mortgaged unless available special reason for doing so. Buapa and Lembaga are the final two options to give the approval of the any transaction of the customary land. If none of these two parties disagree, the transaction is not allowed. Now, let's move on to the analysis on the challenge of the implementation of adat pepatih customary land in Kampung Senanding. The individual grant system is the cause of increasingly forgotten joint ownership is recorded the high respondent with 11%. As a result, majority the adat pepatih practitioner agreed that they believe individual grant system is more attractive to the community now. It also relates to individual grants not having strict law such as in customary law. An individual grant owner can perform any activity on his land without having to seek permission from a nominees or customary chief. The name change process also become easier. So for the result, Pepatih Customary Land has its own units. This research has been successful done by collecting data from both primary and secondary sources. To complete this study on the case study of adat pepatih land, sufficient knowledge is required about this custom. The collection of the data from adat pepatih practitioner through questionnaires provided has facilitated this study to be conducted efficiently. Okay, last is conclusion and recommendation. There are various views as well as perception given which are categorized under customary land. To complete this study, there was a case study for the complete procedure from the beginning to the end of the case. Currently, customary land in Negeri Sembilan is declining. Therefore, all parties need to take steps to further strengthen the structure or practice of customary land inheritance. It is clear that adat pepatih contains all aspects in terms of legislation, history of adat pepatih, community, taboos, outlook on life, politics, belief and adherence to customary heritage. For a recommendation, researcher can provide alignment on e-adat that has been developed in Kuala Bila District Office website. This aims to provide more knowledgeable, especially to customary landowner. This e-adat method may also be able to help landowners to more easily communicate with district officials for the purpose of registration or ownership right, land surveying and so on. That's all from me. Thank you.